In the early morning hours of October 23, 2013, teacher Colleen Ritzer was found murdered behind Danvers High School in Massachusetts. She had been sexually assaulted, her throat had been slit, and a sign was found next to her body that read, "I hate you all." Ritzer was a beloved teacher, and police initially did not know who might have motives to kill her. Then they discovered that one of the 9th grade students, 14-year-old Philip Chisholm, had been found walking on the side of the road with a bloody knife in his hand, and things gradually began to clear up. While Chisholm was spending time after school for extra classes on October 22, he watched Ritzer go to the bathroom, raped her, and strangled her before dragging her body into the woods behind the building inside a recycling container. There, he assaulted her again and cut her throat. Chisholm was sentenced as an adult to life in prison, but no sentence will restore the life of the beloved 24-year-old teacher. Let's talk about Colleen Ritzer's life as a teacher. Colleen Ritzer always dreamed of becoming a teacher. She had wanted to be a teacher since she was in kindergarten, her mother, Peggy Ritzer, once said. As she grew older, she excelled at mathematics, so she wanted to study mathematics. Ritzer graduated magna cum laude from Assumption College in Worcester, Massachusetts, in 2011 with a degree in mathematics and a minor in secondary education. I then accepted a job at a middle school teaching 8th grade mathematics. Classmate Charlotte Zerkes told CNN in 2013 that Ritzer knew within just a few weeks of starting her first year in class that she had found what she loved. She cared about every student and spent many hours after school every day, always thinking about how she could be better and better at helping students, Zerkes said. She was truly a wonderful person. Ritzer was excited to begin teaching geometry and algebra at Danvers High School in 2012. She regularly used social media to interact with her teenage students. A full week of school ahead, she wrote once. This means only one thing, lots of fun with math. She even described herself on her Twitter profile as a maths teacher who is often very passionate about the subjects she teaches. So, it was a shock to everyone when Ritzer was brutally murdered just 2 months into her second year at school. On Tuesday, October 22, 2013, Colleen Ritzer asked Philip Chisholm to stay after work to provide some extra help. Another student later recalled that Ritzer asked Chisholm about his recent transfer from Tennessee, clearly dismaying Chisholm. Ritzer quickly changed the subject, but her innocent question may have sparked the horrific chain of events that followed. According to a schedule published by the New York Times, at 2:54 p.m., Ritzer left class to go to the restroom at the end of the hall. Security video footage from the school showed Chisholm following her a minute later. Then he entered the women's restroom behind her. At 3:06 p.m., a student entered the restroom and returned immediately. She later testified that she saw a bare buttocks. She thought she had walked in on someone changing clothes. A minute later, Chisholm left the bathroom carrying the pants Ritzer was wearing. He returned at 3:16 p.m. with a recycling container, which he dragged out of the school at 3:22, this time wearing a black mask. When Chisholm did not return home that night, his mother reported him missing. An officer found him walking on the highway after midnight and found a blood-stained knife in his possession. When he asked him where the blood came from, Chisholm simply replied, "The girl." He also had Ritzer's credit card and underwear in his possession. At the same time, police were searching for Ritzer, who had also been reported missing. A few hours later, they found her body under some leaves near Danvers High School. She was naked from the waist down, according to NBC News. Chisholm's backpack and school ID were also found nearby. Immediately, authorities put things together and arrested Philip Chisholm for the murder of Colleen Ritzer. Prosecutors decided to try Chisholm as an adult due to the brutality of the crime. An investigation into Ritzer's death revealed that he raped her in a school bathroom, a female student who had unknowingly walked in, before putting her in a recycling container and dragging her into the woods. In fact, according to Boston.com, Ritzer was likely still alive when Chisholm raped her again with tree branches in the woods, which he left inside her body when he abandoned her body, and then cut her throat. During Chisholm's trial, Assistant Essex County Prosecutor Kate McDougall said Ritzer's body had been tortured, abused and violated. He had a terrible purpose, McDougall told the jury. He carried it out in the woods and didn't care what came next. Authorities determined that immediately after Chisholm killed Ritzer, he went to a movie theater to see a Woody Allen movie and stole a knife from BJ's Wholesale Club. Chisholm's analyst, Denise Reagan, sued that this terrifying behavior was a result of his severe mental illness. He was apparently suffering from a psychological episode and was hearing voices at the time of the crime. When Philip Chisholm followed Mrs. Ritzer into that bathroom, he was not himself, Reagan said. He was not a kind, intelligent 14-year-old boy. He was responding to cruel fantasies and voices in his head. He did not choose to do this. But the jury did not listen to this defense, and Philip Chisholm was found guilty of murder, rape and armed robbery and sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 40 years. Hoping to celebrate their daughter's life despite her tragic death, Colleen Ritzer's family established a scholarship in her name. 1 year after Ritzer's murder, they issued a statement to mark the occasion. Colleen was kind and loving, they wrote. She was passionate about education and loved the life she worked so hard to achieve. We are grateful that her legacy continues to live on in a new generation of wonderful and passionate educators through our Colleen Scholarship recipients, the statement continued. We continue to receive letters from those who have been touched by Colleen's passion for education, many of whom have chosen to become teachers because of her inspiration. We are grateful to all who continue to keep Colleen's legacy alive, the legacy of a dedicated teacher who was always good to people.